Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. It's your average guy, John Corelli. This is episode 136, I think. Sometimes I'm not sure. Pretty sure this is 136. And I want to talk about food and how insane it has become. I toast this Mexican Coke to you, and it is indeed a Mexican Coke. I don't say that with any derision. Some people say, "What do you mean by Mexican Coke?" I mean it's made in fucking Mexico. That's what I mean. Um, I'm not gonna get, I'm not gonna make you try to read the label, but it's made with real sugar, and it's in a glass. It's in a glass like the olden days. Let me tell you some things about food that I've witnessed in my 53 years on this planet. It has gotten more and more insane. And I'm sure my parents would say the same thing about the shit I ate or eat. And I'm saying the same thing about my kids, what they eat. And then they will in turn say, it'll just go on and on. Um, what kind of inspired this are a lot of things. Or the one specific thing I saw was a video by a guy that calls himself Big Joel, and my kid is into him, and we watched it. And it was a 40-minute, I think it was 40 minutes, pretty long, of him eating like all the types of Warheads candy there are out there. And let me know if you like this lighting. This is just the computer lighting me. I think it looks a little better than me having the backlit room because the light in this room is like a little bit behind my head, and I don't think that works as well. I might just get a lamp in here so I don't get this glow because this is pretty close to me. We'll figure something out. Hey, it's 10 minutes. You guys, honestly, if you're watching me babble at all, I am so thankful for my 27 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 100 by the end of the year. This is a very modest thing I'm doing, and for you guys to listen and watch, I always say listening because it feels like more of a listening medium because I'm just talking for 10 straight minutes. But for those of you that watch and subscribe and check them out once in a while or all the time, I appreciate you. So thank you. So back to our subject. Here's to you guys. Oh man, it tastes like 1975. Okay, so when I was a kid, chips were just starting to come out really. I think in the 60s and 70s are really when chips started hitting their stride, so to speak, and sodas started getting. We started diet sodas started coming into being. I think Diet Pepsi came in the 70s. Diet Coke came in 1982. The only reason I know that is they just put they just did an advertising campaign. So maybe because it's about to turn 40 years old, I don't know. But diet sodas were a thing that really Tab. Anyone remember Tab? I don't even know if it's still around. I haven't seen it in years. Came like a pink lavender type of can, and all the women drank it. I actually liked it for a while. There was Pepsi Light, which was a light blue can that had a little lemon on it and said it had a splash of lemon. I actually liked that for a while. But then you find out later that the shit that they put in diet drinks is horrific. Aspartame, that came out later, but all kinds, I don't even know. I used to sweeten my drinks with sweet and low, like my iced tea, and that's a carcinogen. So I stopped doing that. My mom's like, "Why are you doing that?" Because I like it. It was powdery, sweet and low in the pink little packets, powdery and mixed really well with drinks. That's why it was so popular, I think. Plus, it had 0 calories, but it can fucking cause cancer. What can't? I don't know, to be honest. But here's my belief system. Here's how I got it. Besides listening to Big Joel and thinking about what insanity people put in their bodies, including me, I did think about how this is a big example of what's gone wrong with soda. Well, this is what's right. Everything else is what's wrong. How much of it touches plastic? How much of our food in general touches plastic? I may have hit upon this before in certain videos, but I don't think I've done an entire 10-minute video on the insanity that food is. High fructose corn syrup is also a carcinogen. It's horrific. I watched a friend basically die from drinking too much soda her whole life. She got cancer. She beat it once. She got cancer again. And the second time, I was like, you need to stop drinking this. She would drink like a 2 liter a day of soda. I don't know. It's in milliliters because it was made in Mexico, but this is less than a quart. I think it was a 16 ouncer. It's definitely not a quart. Anyway, I think it's a pint. So watching my friend die from that and watching our general health in this country as people have gotten fatter, as cancer rates have skyrocketed, I gotta believe it's in the food. And Bill Maher once famously said that on one of his shows. He just said, people, it's the food. It's the food. It's not only the amount we eat, it's the condition the food is in. So with it all touching plastic, with it all having crazy preservatives. High fructose corn syrup is also preservative. Think about all the salts and sugars we put in our food. Think about the Monsanto things. Think about the GMOs. We talk about, I hear people talking about, I don't know if I want to get a vaccine because of those long term effects, which is a fair argument. What about the long term effects of the shit we eat every day? Okay. So, and this is me. Hey, look at me. This is 208 pounds of pure pleasure. I should weigh more like 175, 180. I'm trying to work on that. Hopefully, we will end up going on a weight loss journey together this summer. I don't know. I, I just but what I want to talk about was generational stuff. So as the generations have moved along, the food has gotten crazier. My parents grew up with very little. Like sodas, my mom said were 6 to 10 ounces. They're like half this size. There were very few chips. There was hard candy and there was gum and there were candy bars, but they were all, there was no such thing as king size. This was king size, a little thing, the little Snickers. It wasn't insane like it is now. And then my generation came along, and we were really into chips and candy a lot. And we were also, unfortunately, I'd say our generation was really at the forefront of supersizing. That came out in I want to say the 80s pretty much is when really things got really crazy. I remember even I was part of that generation in my 20s. I saw somebody come into our movie theater one time in the late 80s and bring not a big gulp, not a super big gulp, a fucking double gulp. Like, the thing as big as his head. And I'm like, that's full of soda. And I'm not the healthiest guy, but I'm just looking at that going, God damn, that's gotta hurt after a while. That's gotta hurt your kidneys or something. So that was the insanity that I'd say Generation X brought into the forefront. We really brought in snack foods, heavy onto snack foods. I admit it. I was a chunky kid. Every time I'd get a quarter, all right, go into my old man mode. Back when candy bars were a quarter, but you would, it was the 70s. You go out, earn a little money mowing a lawn or weeding somebody's rock driveway or doing whatever you had to do, collecting cans and turning them into the local grocery store. We used to be able to do that. You could turn in aluminum cans, get like 25 cents a pound. It wasn't bad back then. And, get your fistful of quarters and go ape shit at the local 7-Eleven. That's pretty much what I did. But yeah, it was 25 cents for a candy bar back then. It was pretty good. Get 4 pounds of cans, get 4 candy bars. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll do that. That was my summer, that and fucking around with my friends. Now, let's get to the next generation, the millennials and the Zs, and where I don't think there's anywhere to go with food except crazy. And I'm not saying ours is not a level of crazy. My mom, I don't think she's ever eaten a Cheeto in her life. And in my opinion, she's missing out on food crack. Right? It's like, I have to eat a little dish of it if I have them, because otherwise I could eat an entire bag. I really have to put my bag nice and put a Clippy on it and then bring my bowl and act like an animal and just not go back to the bag. I have to show some sort of willpower. And my mom doesn't understand how we eat any of that shit. She didn't have it in the house. I had to go out and get it. But now, after watching this Big Joel video, I've seen the insanity that food has become. I don't know if you know Takis. Takis are super, super, popular with teenagers now. Probably even 20-somethings at this point. I've seen them eaten for a long time. Or hot Cheetos with that. It's just fire red. It's like this color red. The food is that color red, and that's insane to me. Last year, Takis came out with a blue flavor, and it was like it was a flavor of blue, and it was like bright blue. It wasn't even cobalt. It was like this neon blue, and I'm like, that can't be good to put in your body. What is causing that color to exist? All kinds of chemicals. It's got to be bad. And then something my son and I have noticed, Logan and I have noticed, we go to Twitter and something, and you'll just see a burger like as big as a dude's head, or you squish the burger and cheese comes out in the middle. It's gross. It's just gross. It's like, I don't understand something. It's like food is based on a dare for the last 10 years of just come in, buy it. You probably won't even eat it. It's gross, but we sold it and we made money on it because it's basically, we're trying to just one up the next guy. That's all food has become, at least that like in a retail restaurant type of setting. I think that's often the case. There was one other point I wanted to make, and damn it, I forgot it. I hate when that happens. So how do I fill my last 30 seconds? Enjoy what you eat. Have a soda once in a while. I'm just saying, do it better. This will take you back, man. If you're as old as me, this will take you back. You'll be happy. You'll see all this. This one's a pretty new one, but a lot of times you'll see like all the scarring from the recycled bottles because they went through the machine and they got cleaned and they filled it up with with soda. So that's kind of cool. Or disgusting, depending how you look on it. Hopefully it was done well. Okay, you guys, that's my ramble about food and its insanity. I'll talk to you guys next time. Actually, I'm going to make another one in a minute, doing a little homage to my grandma who died on this date back in 2010. Thanks, you guys. Much love. Talk to you soon. Bye.